Hello. As you know, the elders are streaming these informational videos to help better communicate for May 24th AM services in Lehman. But just remember, certain guidelines we're trying our best to comply with, the government recommendations. So coming into the building, these guidelines will be implemented. So if you feel uncomfortable with those, please stay at home, or just don't feel good in a physical way and you want to stay at home, feel free to do that. Just know on May the 24th, there'll be 4 alternatives places to worship. One, obviously, is in the comfort of your own home. The sermon will be virtual, just like it has been in the past, so you'll be able to do that. We will accommodate the parking lot at Lehman, the first 2 rows of the parking lot that we can transmit via the radio, the service. You can sit in the parking lot and engage in that. And that way, the third way to participate or to alternative way to view, engage in the worship service is inside the building in the multipurpose room. It's going to be spacious seating in there with big screen TVs that you can engage in the service there. Or if you want to, obviously you can come into the auditorium. We would love to have you in there to engage. But remember, because of the guidelines, we're trying our best to accommodate, such as social distancing, cross-contamination, things like that. But we will look at these guidelines more so as trying to protect one another and trying to watch out for our church family. So again, coming to the building, we would want to suggest a couple things. First of all, try to get there early. That keeps down any crowding or any huddling up, so to speak, again, because we're wanting to social distance. There's only going to be one entrance into the building coming in. The back parking lot, the main door, accessing the multipurpose room will be that entrance. The door's going to be propped open, so nobody's touching door handles for cross-contamination. Once you come inside, the tables are set up. On the tables, you're going to find one thing is the mask. These are in limited supplies, but we ask everybody that comes into the building to have a mask and keep it on while you're in the building. If you got your own mask, then please bring your own mask. But again, while you're in there, you got to keep the mask on. Another thing that's on the table is communion supplies as well as contribution, a box for it. So if you want to participate in communion, you come in, you can take your set. Once you go to your seat, you'll be ready to partake in communion, but you're the only one that's going to be handling that, just like a box available for for the contribution. And you can put a contribution in there. But also now we have live, updated, and alternative way of giving. And that's online giving, and then you can access that through the website. So hopefully that will help the giving and the contribution. Once you're into the multipurpose room, and you'll see that inside there is spacious seating. As we mentioned, 2 TVs set up, that the sermon and the worship will be piped there, so you can participate in that if you choose to sit there. There'll be rows for, again, social distancing, and that shouldn't be a problem. If you make your way on into the auditorium, you're going to notice inside the auditorium a few things different. Every other pew is going to be taped off. We ask that you don't remove the tape from there, but please feel comfortable sit with your family and participate in the worship. We will just ask you, please, to avoid shaking hands, huddling up, hugging, and once some of these guidelines, restrictions are no longer in place, then hopefully soon we can get back to no regulations and or guidelines. But until then, we will accommodate social distancing and things like that. Also remember, the bathrooms will be available. If you or your loved ones got to use a restroom, please feel free to do so. Again, to comply with the guidelines, though, is cleaning after everyone uses the restroom. So there's chemicals in there. There's chemicals on how to use the product and directions posted. So if and when you go in, we ask that you clean up after yourself. And again, there's no contamination or cross-contamination. That's how we're hoping May the 24th is going to work out. So in closing, let me just express, first of all, we'll look forward to seeing each and every one there. We miss you guys very much, and we long for that. Second of all, we want you to know that if you have a need, or if you have identified any needs that we can help with, let one of the elders know, and we want to accommodate and try to help with any of those needs. Please remember, Brother Darrell, Riley, Kevin, John, Russell, and I are committed to protecting you, feeding you, and leading you as God, through His Word, has directed us. And we want to do that to the best of our abilities. We love you, and we pray for each one of you, and we look forward to serving you always. Thank you very much.